puppy mills, the horrors, and what you can do to help. Although this is becoming a rising concern, we have found that not many children actually know about the terrors of this inhumane breeding trend.
Puppy mills are seen differently by each individual. It seems that they all begin with a common factor: people that want to get easy money and the mass breeding of purebreds. These purebreds can shame true breeders because they often disresemble their real breed. Because puppy mills are undefined, they are technically legal. The extent of torment can differ upon each mill.
Of course, there are some laws for which puppy mills can be exploited. We asked Jennifer, an animal control officer, what some of the DuPage County laws are.
Laws on animal control, what do you have to do to be a good pet owner?
Provide the basic necessities, proper shelter, adequate food and fresh water at all times, care to prevent suffering, vaccinations, and you have to keep your pets confined to your property at all times. You can't allow them to bite people and otherwise cause a nuisance.
Unfortunately, puppy mills can find ways to dodge these laws. To provide exercise, they commit inhumane acts. In one case, a dog was chased with an axe. They also forge pedigree papers or vet notes on shots and care. For the most part, they are only found when neighbors or other people file complaints. One example of what a puppy mill might be seen as would be a place where breeders always have puppies for sale. Puppy mills are most commonly known as places without care towards the dogs. We asked Jennifer of the DuPage Animal Care and Control Center what she knew of puppy mills.
Your knowledge, what do you know?
Just overbreeding and improper shelter, inadequate conditions. A lot of animals are just bred over and over and over again to turn the puppies over to pet stores in order to make a profit, and no one sees where they're coming from.
Dogs are treated as badly as livestock, if not worse. No veterinary care, attention, or friendship is given. They are there to give birth and bring in profit, nothing else.
When a dog dies, they may lay around the mill for days, if not weeks, leaving the other dogs to cope with their deceased friends. Disturbingly, these are the dogs who may be sent to the pet store. The puppies are sent to the stores, many without any shots or testing for disease.
This dog's name is Hope. This photo was taken 1 week after her rescue. She was lucky enough to be saved from a puppy mill. Others are not. Her condition is not uncommon.
Many dogs with broken limbs are forced to live with infection and the constant threat of other dogs' dominant tendencies. Mills can often make dogs violent, and some will be so aggressive that they won't let their cage mates eat. This threat, along with unsupervised dog fights, leave the dogs injured and hungry.
Dogs in mills are often crammed in small cages that are never cleaned. As such, they are condemned to live and bunk next to their own feces. Stacked cage upon cage, these dogs have never known anything else.
Wire cages cause small dogs to have a lack of balance. If one would step into the openings of the floor of the cage, its foot gets stuck. Bigger dogs also have to deal with these horrid conditions. The wire slices their paws, which just causes more wounds that will go untreated.
Left outside in any weather, these dogs are often caged in temperatures of below freezing. Just because they have a fur coat does not mean that they are suited for such conditions. Rescued dogs can often be found with traces of frostbite.
Many of the dogs go insane and begin to literally bounce off the walls. Some spin around in circles at speeds that seem unreal. The mental strain on the dogs can be as dangerous as the physical strain. Many puppies from pet stores are aggressive, naive, and fearful, some to the point of no return.
Kept in the same small crates for most of their life, the dogs receive no exercise or knowledge of the world around them. That is why most pet store puppies fear grass.
It may be hard to imagine that doggy in the window having multiple mental and physical problems that may not be present until later. Each time a dog is bought from a pet store, the puppy mill supporting it breeds more. This leaves more dogs to endure this torturous life. Instead of buying your dog from a pet store, adopt one of hundreds who are in need of a home. The number of homeless animals is staggering.
Animals for adoption each year, a total of 1,008. And it's broken down into dogs, cats, and others like rabbits, guinea pigs, hamsters, things like that. So 339 dogs, 554 cats, and 115 other, and that was for the year of 2007.
This is Hope 1 month after her rescue. Some dogs aren't as lucky as she was. Instead of supporting these mills by purchasing from pet stores, visit your local shelter or a respectable breeder to get your dog. Some ways to know whether or not a breeder is good is to watch how they treat their dogs. If the people are friendly and open about their business, that is a sign that they can be trusted. Please hope the puppy's not as fortunate as Hope and stop supporting puppy mills.
Fills it out. Some of the dogs have probably been out more than that, but they're supposed to fill out when they're open in. This is our third adoption dog room. You can feel free to take a walk over there. There's more dogs in there. Animals are friendly or vaccinated or whatnot. This is our pre-surgery room, so these are animals, dogs that are about to go up for adoption, but they need to be spayed and neutered first. These are our adopted kittens, and spring is the time of year when we just get loads and loads of kittens in. Most of them are too little to be up for adoption, so they go into foster homes until they're old enough to come back here and go up for adoption. So in a couple of weeks, these cages will be filled. In fact, that bank will be added to this bank, and they'll all have 3-4 kittens in it. These 2 rooms here are used to hold the stray and the owner give-up dogs, and they're held here before they're evaluated for adoption or they're waiting for their owner to reclaim them. These are rabies observation rooms. These are used to hold dogs that bite people or are very aggressive. This is just stray cats. Stray cats, and again, like the dogs, holding for temperament evaluation for adoption or owners to reclaim them. We don't have a very high reclaim rate on cats.